Hey everyone, how's it going? So we're back with some more Explorer and Pioneer content and running what is possibly one of the most heinous lists I've ever seen. But this did really well in a recent Pioneer challenge, so we're going to take it onto the ladder and see how it does. So it's black-white, or mainly black. All of the white is in the sideboard in a slightly interesting configuration that you'll see in a moment. But it's land destruction. It is field of ruin and demolition field and all of the various things that accompany that to essentially deny the opponent the mana they need to properly play the game. So as well as the full 8 copies of Field Ruin Demolition Field, we're also running 4 copies of Crucible of Worlds, which allows us to bring those lands back and repeat their effects. So yeah, the opponent, unless they are running a high number of basic lands, the idea is that they will very quickly be essentially stopped from playing the game, and we will then be able to grind them out either by killing them with Kahira, which is our companion, or Mirex tokens, just slowly grinding them out of the game. So there's some control elements to this deck as well, in that it's basically just trying to keep the opponent from doing too much before we destroy all of their sources of mana. So we've got Fatal Push, we've got March of Wretched Sorrow, by Bitter Triumph, Shieldred's Edict, so all these kind of targeted removal spells, some of which come with life gain attached, so March of Wretched Sorrow, just to help us kind of survive the early game and set up what we need to do to win. We've also got 4 copies of Cling to Dust and 4 Candy Trail. So Cling to Dust, as well as acting as some main deck graveyard hate, which is never a bad thing. Also can gain us some life if we need it, or draw us some cards. Candy Trail, similarly letting us kind of sculpt our hand with the scry action and then sacrificing it to gain life and draw a card. Again, it's just about surviving the early game. Similarly with Maze Mind Tome, as well as being good card draw and card selection, it does once it's got 4 page counters on it, you exile it and you gain 4 life. And then we are running the full 4 copies of Extinction Event, as well as the cheapest mass removal spell in black that we have. Again, just to keep the board under control while we set up and do our thing. We've also got, as well as our 8 land destruction lands, we've obviously got the 4 copies of the Mirex. Helps us cast the black spells when it first enters, and then later creates the might tokens that we'll use to win the game. 8 swamps, just making sure we have the black mana that we need. And then we are running 4 copies of Blast Zone as well. Again, just this is potentially it's a good land to run with Crucible of Worlds. It can take out lots of annoying permanents that the opponent may have, and then we can always bring it back and do it again. So we got the Blast Zone as well. In the sideboard, we're running Kahira as our companion, and as well as a win condition. 4 copies of Fracture. Excuse me. 4 copies of Fracture to destroy artifacts, enchantments, planeswalkers. This is good anti-control tech, anti-overlords tech. Same with Vanishing Verse, very, very good answer to overlords. And then Path of Peril against aggro decks. And then you may notice there's some white in the sideboard, so we are also running 2 planes to be able to allow us to sculpt the deck into a black-white version if we do need these cards. So yeah, there is that option as well. So this is interesting. I have no idea if this is going to work. It did 5-0 a recent Pioneer challenge, so there is something to it. I think it'd be a quite tricky one to pilot, so we will see how that goes. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe, as always. Thank you. I do appreciate the support if you are able to give it. And yeah, let's go on to the ladder. Okay, this doesn't have our main plan in it, but it's a reasonable enough opening hand. Candy Trail gives us some extra looks. I don't want another Extinction Event, but I'll keep a Fatal Push. Oh, we're facing a mono-coloured deck on our first attempt through this particular strategy. Clearly the arena machine is having some fun at our expense. No, okay, they are running more than one colour. I'll take the 2 here. The option of drawing a card is pretty good. I mean, if they try and make it bigger, I'm gonna... is that so much a big deal? Is it worth a card? I don't think so. Okay, Field of Ruin is good, so we'll get that down. Just pass the turn. Yep, I'll take the... Again, I'll pass. If they try and make it bigger, then... No, okay, well, I might just push this in response now. Yeah, what I could have done is Field of Ruined and then pushed. Probably should have done that, actually. There's a lesson for you. But instead, let's just cling our own Candy Trail to draw a card. And they're not doing anything right now, so I'll get Crucible of Worlds down. And let's cling again. I'll just cling for 3 life, I think here. They are running an aggro deck. So their Boros, Lightning Helix, is a card. So, I'll fire off Crucible of Worlds on their Sacred Foundry. That's fine. We're on a pretty hefty life total here. And I'm about to play Maze Mind Tome, which will help as well. Land. Play Field of Ruin from the graveyard. Get Maze Mind Tome into play. Say go. Three cards in graveyard, so there is an option to continue to cling later on. Screaming Nemesis, huh? Well, that's a good one. So I'll go to 12. Scry. Don't want another extinction event. Well, let's start with Candy Trail. Okay, Shieldred's Edict's good. Don't, well, actually Cling to Dust. I think I'll keep as well. So let's draw with Maze Mind Tome. Then pass the turn with Edict available. Sack a non-token creature. Unfortunately, we're not doing any damage. So I think blowing up the Elegant Parlour pretty shortly is a good move. Slickshot show off, sure. Well, that could be a problem. I don't have a good answer for that straight away. So let's start with Elegant Parlour. Grab another swamp. A Field of Ruin. I think I'm fine to just fire off the candy trail here. Draw a card. Bitter Triumph is good, because I don't need duplicate. Crucible of Worlds. It's fine. I mean, I'm still on 13 life, despite their best efforts here. Scry to the top, I don't love. Sure thing. Be good if they would target that with something. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So let's Bitter Triumph that out from under them. Discarding Crucible. And am I clinging for a card here, or 3 life? Let's... Fatal Push makes me want to do it for a card. I feel like that's pretty... That could be a little greedy, but I'm going to do it. So let's just get rid of their Lightning Helix. Because I do have 4 life on my Maze Mind Tome as well. Which I think I'll use Field of Ruin. Blow up their Sacred Foundry. Yep, that makes sense. Use their white mana while they can. I'm getting close to turning the corner here. I think in the meantime I'll draw a card. Gain some life. Say go. Swift Spear, sure thing. I think I'm willing to take 1. If they try and cast anything else, I will kill it. Yep. Cool. Okay, we did a lot of grinding there, but we did win. So, do I need Vanishing Verse or Path of Peril? I don't think I do. Sorry, Vanishing Verse or Fracture. I think Path of Peril is sufficient here. And I think that can just replace Bitter Triumph, because the sad thing about Bitter Triumph is the life loss is a bit rough. Although actually, do I need... Yeah, actually, let's keep a couple of Bitter Triumphs and trim 2 Extinction Events. Because Extinction Event hits most of their creatures, but not all of them. And same with... And I think Path of Peril just hits more of them. Full stop. So the opponent had a pretty good draw there. Well, actually, they were a bit slow on their first few turns with that Hired Claw. Feels like they probably had other things to do in their hand. I don't know why they spent so much time pumping mana into that, but that is their choice, not mine. So this isn't the most effective Field of Ruin deck. I mean, it did keep them off white mana quite effectively. This isn't a keepable hand. I don't have black mana or any way to get black mana. Cannot be durdling around till turn whatever when playing this deck. Okay, well, we'll ditch an edict. Tome is going to be good here. Hired Claw, sure thing. So I probably want to pull the trigger on Fatal Push. Yeah, I'll take the 1. Okay, they did not do the thing. I'm fine for them not to do the thing. That's not good. Yeah, I think I've just got to live with that. Okay. So as much as I would like to Maze Mind Tome here, I don't think I can with the Slick Shot Show Off. So it might mean missing a land drop. And I don't love that. Okay, Parlor, sure thing. Might use Edict here instead of Push, that feels more mana efficient. Okay. No land, that is flippin' annoying. Okay. Well, I can't... I've got to just let them do it, unfortunately. What's that? 3 draws with no land? That's super unfortunate. Okay, they didn't use any mana there at least, so I haven't lost anything. This doesn't feel great. I just need a third. If I got a third land, we'd be absolutely fine. But they're doing the right thing, being patient here. Let's see how long it lasts. Swift Spear, sure. Okay, they're no longer being patient, which is fair enough. I understand. Right, let's see what they do. Nothing. Okay, well, I will take the 2 damage here. I'm still going to fire off a push because I want to kill it. Okay, give it indestructible. I like that. So I still think I have to pass here. Until that show-off's dead, I'm not gonna leave myself without a removal spell. This is a super elaborate game of chicken we're playing now. Okay, that's a lot of damage. So I'll march for 2. Targeting show off. So I gain 2, go up to 15, go down to 10. Okay, they are now out of cards, so I'm happy about that. Right, so let's get 1 tome down. Follow it up with a Shieldred's Edict. Okay, well, let's hope they don't do anything ever again. So I'm going to 4 here. I mean, if that could be a burn spell. Looks like it probably is. No, okay, well, scry. Extinction Event is such a bad answer. Okay, just put a stop. No, the stop didn't work. That's good, isn't it? Mirex. Draw. Candy Trail. Nope, they've got me here. I was too slow at drawing lands there, unfortunately. But we are now going to be on the play, and I do... Do I want some Vanishing Verses on the play? I think I do want a couple. Or do I? Yeah, I think I want those instead of Extinction Event, which means fiddling around with my lands a little bit here. I don't need Blast Zone. Actually, I do quite like Blast Zone. I don't need so many Demolition Fields, I don't think, not against a deck that's primarily mono-coloured. Oh, again, this is a difficult choice. I think I will keep this one because the Mirex gives us access to some coloured mana. So many colourless lands, so little time. So we'll start with Blast Zone. Den of the Bugbear is a target for removal, which is good. So I don't mind leaving Swift Spear alive here, because it eventually gets hit by my Blast Zone. So let's just pass the turn. As I suspected, this is not an easy deck to pilot. Maybe I should have mulliganed there. It's hard to say, to be honest. I will be able to use a removal spell next turn. As first strike during your... hello. Okay. Well, that's going to have to die. So I lose a life. Let's play Demolition Field. Blow up their Den of the Bugbear. Grab a Swamp. Use Fatal Push on Razorkin Needle. Cling to Dust can potentially gain me some life. Okay. I do want to keep them off white mana here. So I am going to fire off the second demolition field. Grab another swamp. I think chill on Edict and... yeah, I'll just chill on Edict here. Slickshot show off. Sure thing. Okay. Edict in response. Technically the right... it's hard to know what the right move here is for them, actually. Yeah, that's probably better. Because that does hit me for 5. Oh, March of Wretched Sorrow is pretty good. So I could Crucible of Worlds, or I could just march now and gain the life. I don't like not hitting a land drop this turn. So if I were to... so what I could do is cast Crucible, get a land out the graveyard, and then I can either march, or I could just Cling to Dust. I could march now, exiling the Cling to Dust. Yeah, that seems fine. Let's do it like that. While this is... or am I just... oh no, I can't. I'd have to... no, I'd have to lose 2. So I'm happy to just chill, actually, here. Okay, that's at least... so let's exile that, gain 3. Path of Peril's pretty good, so I'll fire off a Maze Mine Tome. And a Path of Peril? Or do I just wait? Let's play Demolition Field. Yeah, let's Path of Peril now. I'm still on 8 life. I'm now on 5 life. And this could get quite ugly. No to Bitter Triumph. Okay, Candy Trail's good. Yes, Cling to Dust again. So let's fire off the Candy Trail. Gain some life. Say go to the opponent. I've got 5 cards in graveyard, so I can potentially cling twice. Although I think they've only got... no, they've got 2 creatures. That's good. See what the opponent wants to do here. They might have a handful of white cards. They've probably got some white in their hand. This deck is stressful to play. Very stressful. So yeah, Cling gets us to 11. Maze Mind Tome draw. And then we're 2 turns away from getting 4 life off that. We can double Cling if we absolutely need to. So we'll pass to the end of their turn. Exile their Razorkin Needlehead, gain 3 life. Draw with Maze Mind Tome. Okay, I like this land. So I'm going to play it. I'll draw again. I think I'm fine to just chill here. The opponent might have run off in a fit of pique. So, assuming they come there, I don't think they're coming back. But what I would do here is probably blow up their Ramanap Ruins at end of turn, fetch another swamp, just to give us that extra black mana. You play. You live by burn, you die by burn, I'm afraid. Well, we do know the deck kind of works. That's something. And against a mainly mono-coloured deck as well. Interesting. It's again, multiple continuity errors explaining my sudden change in outfit. So this has Tome and Candy Trail, which will probably get us the land we need. It also has the Mirex. So I think I'm happy to keep this for now. Another Sacred Foundry. Do I need another swamp? I want Crucible of Worlds. Yeah, let's ditch the swamp for the time being. Okay, so this looks like Greasefang. Okay, well, I don't currently have any good answers if they do play a Greasefang, because this fear of missing out will protect their Greasefang, so I kind of just got to see what happens here. Yep, they do have it. So I could push the fear. There's no way of me getting anything off the board, unfortunately, to be able to push the Greasefang. So I think I'll scoop this one up. Put it down to experience. Put in Fracture. And our planes. Cling to Dust is good here. My life total is less important, I think. So I might ditch the Candy Trails. Well, actually, no, the Extinction Events are bad, so let's keep 2 Candy Trails. I need to ditch 2 lands, which I think will be 2 Blast Zones. Don't really have the time to be doing blast zone things. This one I think is a mulligan because I don't have any instant speed removal. This is better. So I will keep this and put back probably Crucible. Yeah. I will keep Bitter Triumph. I don't think I need another Edict. That's fine. I've got protection for my removal because it's on the top of my library. Yeah, Fracture's not the worst one to lose, I don't think. Drawing 0 graveyard haste is a bit rough. Okay, so they're not going to be able to Greasefang and Parhelion immediately, which is fine. And Fracture is a reasonably good draw. So I'll take 3. Overlord of the Bale Merc. Okie dokie. Well, there's Parhelion. So I'll destroy their Battlefield Forge here. Grab Plains. And they don't have any red mana now, which is good news. And I've got a Demolition Field. So I'm not unhappy with where we are at the moment. Okay, there's another Parhelion. So at some point I'm going to fracture their Overlord. In the meantime, let's just blow up some more lands. And this probably isn't a deck that can rely on lots of basics, I would say. Yep, they've run out of basics. Fine. Do I want to kill their Harvester? Yeah, let's destroy that. Okay, Crucible of Worlds is pretty good. So play that. The animation for Crucible is so cool. I don't need another one. So I'll destroy one of their Godless Shrines. Grab another Swamp. Play Demolition Field again from the graveyard. Pass the turn. That's fine. So I'll destroy another Godless Shrine. Grab our other planes, which I'll use to fracture their overlord. Field of Ruin can come out again. Destroy their concealed courtyard. And Cling to Dust is pretty good as well. Fine. Right, I'm really, really gonna need some... Well, Vanishing Verse is actually reasonable against their Parhelions, isn't it? So let's put that in on the draw. Because I do want some graveyard hate. Maybe Edict isn't what we want to be doing here. I don't know, I feel like I need all the removal I can get. So maybe it's Candy Trail that has to go. I do like Candy Trail. Yeah, let's... Yeah, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of Edict. Just get my hands on a Cling to Dust. Blah, 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 blah. No. Oh, God. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to keep that. I don't love it. I'll put back... Ugh. Am I going to put back Crucible? I don't think I can. Yeah, let's just keep a 2-lander. No, can't keep either of those. Without another black card, I can't kill their Greasefang either. Wow. Worst possible draw. Fortunately, I think we still have... They're not going to be able to get Parhelion into the graveyard and cast. Okay, a Bank Buster, sure thing. They're a bit short of land, so that's fine. We'll sacrifice Candy Trail. So I'm going to need a Plains here pronto. So I think destroying their Black Cleave Cliffs is a pretty good idea. Because it will strand them with just black mana if the Swamp is the only basic land that they have. Maybe I should have destroyed it on their upkeep, actually. Yeah, that was probably better. Okay, they've got a FOMO, that's okay. Yeah, I'll let them attack. So I take 3. I'm going to destroy Black Cleave Cliffs. Go and get a Plains. Ooh, the Mirex is pretty good. So play that down. Add black mana, white mana, fracture their Reckoner Bankbuster. Let's get rid of some of their card advantage. I think I'm fine. Trouble is, yeah, I think I'm going to have to kill that before it can do multiple combats, unfortunately. I don't really want to. I think I'm going to wait another turn and just play Maze Mind Tome. Double Crucible of Worlds is so rough here. I mean, I could destroy their ley line at some point, but I'll probably take my March of Wretched Sorrow, unfortunately. No, taking Fracture. Kind of fine with that. So they will hit me for a decent amount of damage here. So I go to 9. Scry. Yeah, I'll keep a Fracture. Now I think I'm just going to march away their FOMO. Do that now. Go up to 12. Pass the turn again. Another Bank Buster. Well, that's a good Fracture target. Another March is pretty good. So I'll get rid of that before they can use it to draw cards. Pass the turn. My life total is looking a little dicey. But draw with Maze Mind Tome. Field of Ruins good. So I'll draw again. Okay, Cling to Dust's pretty good. Let's blow up their Blight Step pathway. Grab another Swamp. So we've pretty effectively stranded them with not much mana here. So I think there's a question of whether I want to cling for land or 3 life. Cling for a card, rather. I think I'm okay clinging for a card because I have March and Candy Trail is good, so is Bitter Triumph, so we'll get Candy Trail down. I like Vanishing Verse here. I don't think I need another Demolition Field. Tome. So you go. Let's preserve our life total a little. Wouldn't be surprised if they gave up shortly, but we'll keep that on top. Draw with Candy Trail. Another Maze Mind Tome. I think we can just chill on what we're doing at the moment. Good game, opponent. Ah, excellent. There you are. Okay, maybe this deck does have something to it. It's a couple of pretty interesting victories. Yeah, and losing the graveyard wasn't the worst thing there. It made our Crucible of Worlds dead cards, and it was unfortunate we drew another, but it didn't stop us winning. And yeah, that deck, the opponent was only running 1 basic land, which made it really hard for them. Yeah, no, I'm super interested in this build. I mean, must be pretty nasty to play against, but it seems to have some legs. Interesting. Let's see if it can continue doing some work. In the meantime, here's the deck list one more time, so let me know what you think in the comments. Very different, but fun. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe, as always, and I'll see you next time.